course we'll miss him. Yeah, it was emotional. It's sad, but everybody comes to the end, and like everybody knows, boxing's dangerous, and if you're not 100% mentally and physically, it's time to call it a day. And we're just pleased that Rendall's had the sense to listen to us and decide to do just that.
A lot of people would say that Rendall, he's only 32, would possibly still have something to give, but is it about levels? He just doesn't want to be, he's not going to be at the level he wants to be at?
It is about levels, yeah, and it's also about Rendall having enough sense to realise that, as I said, if you're not 100% mentally in tune with it, then it's best not to be there. I mean, the last thing we would do is put Rendall in fights just for the sake of earning a few quid. There's more to life than earning a few quid like that. That's the way you get hurt. And pleased to say Rendall's listened to us and he's got sense enough to do just what was suggested.
Looking back on his career, he's been with you for, I believe, 9 years. What was the highlight for yourself?
Oh, there have been lots of highlights. I suppose when he fought Nishioka, the first 4 rounds in Japan, it looked as though he might beat Nishioka, but then give him credit, he changed his game plan and he did beat Rendall, but he came with great credit out of that fight. There have been a lot of highlights, a lot of silly little things that you look back on and have a smile. Been a few tears along the way, but generally we've just been pleased and proud and privileged to be involved with it all.
Did his progress mean a little bit more to you given where he'd come from? Because as you said, when he turned pro, he didn't get any fanfare. A lot of people didn't know much about him. I heard the story as well that you had to lend him a car just so he could get to the gym at one stage.
That's right. Rendall has been the model professional all the while. He's travelled an 80-mile round trip virtually every day to the gym. And when he first started, I think it was a little old Fiesta, no heater in it, but he still used to come to the gym. I remember one day him phoning up on his way home, he'd broken down, so I had to go out and tow him back in. I lent him an old Astra I'd got, which he kept then for, 2, 3, 4 weeks, so that he could just get back to the gym every day. But he's progressed from that.
It's dedication for you.
That's right, and that's what Rendall is, 100% dedication. And that shows what dedication can do for you.
Now, people talk about British boxers who've never won a world title. They talk like people like Errol Graham, say he's possibly the best British fighter to never be a world champion. Rendall must surely be in that mix.
Well, what I forgot to mention when I was up there, the Boxing Board, they have an awards each year. Rendall was nominated in the top 3 for British Boxer of the Year 3 years on the trot, and he won it. He was Britain's best boxer, voted Britain's best boxer. I think it was 2010. So yeah, he's been Commonwealth champion, English champion, European champion, international champion. Never lost any of them in the ring. So yeah, he's got to be up there amongst the best.
Now, if he came back to you in, say, 3 months' time and said, Mike, I want to give it another go, what would you tell him?
It's one of the things when we decided it was time to call it a day. I've made him promise that in 3, 6, 9 months he won't come back knocking on the door or go to any other manager knocking on the door and come back. He's promised me he won't, and even if he did, I certainly wouldn't, if I'd got anything to do with it, certainly wouldn't let him do it.
Good thinking. Well, thank you for your time, Mike.
Okay, thank you.